Everyone, and welcome. This is Bronyville episode 13, recorded on July 16th, 2011. I am your host, AppleCider. Great to have everybody on. Got a really big, really crazy, really fun show for you today. Always want to introduce, first off, my great and gracious co-host, Chef Sandy.
Hello, hello.
Hey, man. Meetup groups went great, at least over on my side. So I haven't checked today, but the Bay Area groups are ruling you by one.
Yep, mine's still a week away.
Yep, that is true. We had a great meetup. 22 people showed up. We had lots of ribs and lots of great barbecue. Thanks over to the guys at Armadillo Willie. And then we raided the Toys R Us and the Target, and Much Pony was had. So that was
very nice.
Super, super cool. Just wanted to do a quick shout out before we get to our guests, which this is extremely awesome. We actually have most of the staff of the My Little Pony online game with us today. So, tell you what, let's go in order of, just introduce yourself from the order that we have on the sheet here, because that way, won't get too out of order. So, Urimas, hi, introduce yourself.
Hello, I'm Urimas, and I'm the leader of the My Little Pony 2D online MMO project.
And Chain?
I am Chain Algorithm. I am the music director for the MMO and RPG and whatever else we're doing with this project.
And he is also the super awesome guy who every single time you hear the intro to our show, it is actually his stuff. I just kind of yanked it from him. So very, very cool.
Thank you.
Yeah. And we also have Simbaro.
Hey, you! Now, that day I actually did the banner for your show.
That is true.
And I told myself, like one day I'll be on this show, and hey, here I am.
Yep.
And I'm more or less in the director. You could call it directing, more or less. At this point right now, I'm Urimas secretary or networking person or some other.
Yep.
But that's the art directing part as well.
Yep,
and of course I do line art and I manage the artist.
Yeah, very cool for doing that banner for us. That was super cool. It's that nice little sketched out banner that we have on the front page that I still have to fill with OCs. But it's super cool for that. I appreciate that tons.
You guys gonna color that thing?
The banner.
I don't know if we're going to. I kind of like the kind of sketch aesthetic to it. We'll definitely probably put in OCs or figure out on that. I do have somebody mocking up some logos and stuff in the near future, so we might have some other stuff to drop in there as well. Yeah.
Oh.
So let's do this.
It's all like OCs.
Oh, what was that?
Your OCs on that banner as well.
Yeah, we can probably put some of that on there. Or ours and some of the fans and, stuff like that. So let's break it down like this. We have always got to go through the 4 notorious questions, so we got to run through it for each of you guys. So starting back at Urimas, we must know, first starting, favorite character and favorite episodes.
Twilight, just because she's a nerd and that and like that. And Griffin and Varshav, because it's just funny with Kinky having a fit in that.
All right, cool. And the other 2, favorite aspect of the show and the reaction from those around you.
The animation style is just brilliant, and the humor is really fun, easy to go with as well. Also,
as an animation student, I'm an animation student, and I can attest that the Flash style is just awesome.
Despite the few animation errors, but that's fun to find out as well. And I don't really care what people think of me.
Okay. And let's see. And we'll go on. So, Chain, let's go ahead and go through your favorite character, favorite episode.
Favorite character, definitely by far, Rainbow Dash. I love her.
Yeah.
She's awesome. Favorite episode, Key Mark Chronicles probably is one of my favorites, but I also like geez, I don't know. I like them all. I really do. Over the Barrel's cool, and Party One are my other favorites, but I can't really say I have a single favorite.
Yeah, all good. So you of course are reusing something here on the list for favorite aspect of the show. So what you can't use the same as your favorite character.
I can't use the
No. That's not. You can't just say Rainbow Dash. Come on.
Rainbow Dash is the only reason to watch the show.
It's the only reason.
I love her so much. She's. Oh, okay. What else?
No. That's cool. You can do that. Just make.
No, yeah. That's the reason to watch the show. Nothing else.
Okay, and those around you, what do they think?
Animation. Oh, people around me.
Mm-hmm.
I am very open about it, and people laugh, but they're totally cool with it. My mom actually surprised me with a birthday thing, and she brought we went to my grandma's on the day of my birthday, and we had dinner there, and I see her coming up the front with these big My Little Pony balloons, and then the cake it's Rainbow Dash on the cake. It says Happy 21st. Yeah. Blew my mind. I didn't even know she knew I liked ponies that much. I still have the balloon in my room. Yeah, I still got the balloon up here.
Is it a Rainbow Dash? Is it put right above your bed so you can stare at her before you go to sleep? You know.
It is. It actually is. I'm serious. It is.
Brushes his teeth in the morning while holding it next to his cheek.
No, that's the little toy that I have.
Okay, all right.
I did that with the toy.
Okay, and let's move on. So Simbaro, let's go. Favorite character, favorite episode.
I'm a rarity person, all the way. I don't know what it's about her. Really, kind of a character that defied stereotype, and for me, she was done really well as a character, and I love that whiny voice, man.
The whiny's good. All right,
whiny voice.
And favorite episodes are there for?
Well, all the rarity episodes probably. From Pseudo to Success. Pseudo Success was the one that made me feel, hey, this show really could get me emotionally invested because it really struck home to me as an artist. And right below that would be Ticketmaster, for that was a show that really got me into the series as a whole. Good character interactions all around, and made me realize, hey, this thing, I wasn't watching this thing ironically anymore. And so I would put Ticketmaster on as well. And favorite episode of the show, I said, the character interactions, the way the characters play off each other, good storytelling devices, and basically the characters what made it for me.
Cool.
Reaction from those around me. Okay. The funny thing is, in Singapore, where I am, even though we are quite westernized, we are still like an Asian country. And, well, Asian countries, we don't really get access to, like, American television, like The Hub or stuff like that. Maybe we get Cartoon Network. I think in cable we have Cartoon Network, but I don't subscribe to Cartoon Network. It's been shit for years. And so I'm a weird guy, so people are like, oh, okay, you were always weird, so what's new?
Very cool. Standard for the course for you. All right. Well, very cool. Thanks having all you three guys on. Last time we had a multitude on our guests. It got a little crazy, so we'll see where this show ends up going. We do have. Yeah, well, you guys can definitely have fun. I have no problem with you cutting up and doing your thing, as we especially have the topic. So, anybody who might be interested in learning about how to make an MMO, or, just kind of interested in the process that you guys put behind it, that'd totally be cool, and we can kind of open up to that later. But that is a long time into our show, and we've got tons of emails and news and MAME talk and everything that we got to get through first. So let's go ahead and light this up with emails. We got 3 great emails going in today. I'll start today. We'll have Sandy hit the second one, and any of you guys want to jump on the third one? Any of our guests?
Urimas, British voice.
All right, British voice goes. You can never mess up a British voice. Never. Okay, I'll go ahead and start this. Sup, bronies? I just caught Bronyville episode 11 and wanted to let you know that the mention of Luna's Goodwill Tour was greatly appreciated and a definite high point of my week. I'm glad you've enjoyed what was posted thus far and hope new readers will as well. I think it's worth mentioning that the number of actual chapters appears to be confusing in a lot of ponies due to the way that they're linked on ED. The link leading to part 1 will get you actually chapters 1 through 5, and part 2 is a standalone for chapter 6. Should probably ask Sophisto to update those, and he's quite a busy colt, you know. Didn't see any reason to trouble him until you actually posted the story. As a total number of chapters, well, there'll be many as needed just so the tale goes through to the end. Anyway, enough of that. Here's a big thank you to the gents for the time and effort you're putting forward to the show. Since season 1 of Film ended, Bronyville has been my Friday night wind-down media of choice, and as long as you continue to broadcast, the only thing I can think of which would probably usurp that is season 2. Understandable, though, right? Keep rocking with your bad selves. WTF, HIW, pronounce what the flank have I written, and one wishes to avoid a Fluttershy. And P.S. Twilight Sparkle is the best pony, and the best pony is pronounced Twilight Sparkle.
I agree.
I agree, too. That is 3 for Twilight Sparkles.
Twilight's okay.
Hey, man, I'm fine with that. That's less competition for Rainbow Dash, man.
All of us can fight over Twilight Sparkle, but very cool. As I said, I talked about how awesome Luna's Goodwill Tour was last time, and it is a little daunting if you just open up that first chapter and go, oh, "Whoa, this is 40-something pages," but it's
it was so good.
It's such a good story, and the second chapter is only like 12 or so-ish pages. It's so good. I love that story. So, very, very cool. Thank you very much, WTFHIW. And now, Chef Sandy, who do we got next?
All right. I don't think this one actually has... This one is from Anthony. Hi there, AppleCider and Chef Sandy. First, I must say a big thank you to you two for this great podcast. Each week I know I will learn so much about the pony and brony community from you guys. In fact, your podcast has made me want to get out there on the internet and help out the bronies. This leads me to my question today, as I have decided to take my favorite tabletop game, Arkham Horror, and ponify it into Arkham Friendships. Now, this is in the very early stages, and I won't change the gameplay just yet, but I will add in as many ponies as I can into the normal Arkham Horror first. I got this idea one day when I was playing the game and also had it on the Party of One episode for My Little Pony, and asked my friends, what if Pinkie Pie met Cthulhu and threw a party for him? Those who don't know, Arkham Horror is a tabletop RPG where the group of investigators run around the city of Arkham in the H.P. Lovecraft world, closing gates and fighting monsters. I know that ponies don't fit into this, but they didn't fit into Fallout at first, and now, well, you know. So my questions. First, have you ever played Arkham Horror?
No.
Have you?
Nope.
So I'm the only person that has?
Yep,
okay.
You are the only one. The only pony. You are a party of one by yourself.
Well, I'll be the party of one playing Arkham Horror and going mad. Arkham Horror is pretty good. It's a really long, extremely complicated, very easy to lose by the player's game. It's pretty fun with the right group. And do I think it's a good idea? I think it would only make it more hilarious. Third, what do you think some of the monsters or enemies might be?
That is totally up to you, Chef.
It's totally up to you, man.
Well, okay. So, I mean, what antagonists from the series? I mean, you got Basilisks, you got Hydras, you got...
Asteroids.
In H.P. Lovecraft? Hydras?
No, I think he's talking about ponies.
Like, you can insert pony antagonists into Arkham Horror.
Yeah, but then what Arkham Horror stuff could you insert into ponies then? Ooh.
And Cthulhu himself, Pinkie Pie comes in the party.
Yes. She appears right before Pinkie, and she's like, hi, and nothing happens. She doesn't go insane, because, well, she already might be. Also exclusive just to your podcast, here's a mock-up of Pinkie Pie Investigator card I've made, and he gives us a link. And if you want more info on this game, head to fantasyflightgames.com and look for Arkham Horror. Thank you, and have a nice day. Anthony. P.S. Rarity for life. And again, anytime you say a comment, or anytime we have a URL, you can just go to our show notes, and they're all linked there.
Yes, you can, over at bronishow.com. So very cool. As I said, the Equestria Fallout is just, didn't seem like it fit very well, and people have just gone crazy for that. So I see no problem.
In my opinion,
it is pretty good.
Yeah,
crazy long.
So who knows? Push to it.
Yeah, I like it. I started making a comic of it.
I'm sure can your duties again, Ryan?
Yep.
Yeah, there's everything out there. All right, well let's move to the next one. So you got conscripted, Mr. Urimas. So
okay.
Get ready to read this. Well, it's not as much a wall of text, but get your British on.
Okay, then here we go. Hey, Bronies. First, I wanted to say I love the podcast and I enjoy listening to every minute. There was something I wanted to ask you guys, both being Bronies and older than me. I'm 16 anyway. Something interesting happened here yesterday. A few of my good online friends who I treat like real best friends decided to have an interview with me about being addicted to ponies. They were nagging at me because that's all I talk about. I've built Minecraft, mine out of Minecraft server, which just happens to be ponies. I've bought a t-shirt and listened to the podcast about ponies. I've been knowing these guys for a long time, and they were treating me like I was some sort of drug addict, and I need help.
Rightfully so. It's my drug.
It's my cancer. For one, I don't talk about it all the time, and I only shared it with them because the show is actually good, and I thought they might like it. They didn't.
Oh no.
Need new friends.
They're missing out. And I know the show isn't for everyone, but I don't think that they should be treating me like some drug addict and thinking that it's just a serious problem. They also think that me liking this show is to cope with my girlfriend leaving me after 8 months. Ouch.
All right. Ouch.
Which, let me first say that it's not, and it is who was who. And if she was... And if it was who cares really, I could be doing worse things to cope with that. But anyway, I really wanted your opinion on this predicament, and I was in, and if you think I should be angry with them about it, what they did. Thanks for reading, Max.
Thank you very much, and thank you very much, Urimas. That was a little bit to tackle through. But you made it to the end. So I'll just do a quick summary. So we have a brony out there who went to their friends, talks about the ponies, thought it was really cool, brought it up to them, and their friends was like, let's sit down and have a chat. You have a problem, and,
Pony problem.
Yeah.
Now, this sentiment has been going along since I think the show started, and I guess more mainstream attention would make it perhaps less of a stigma, but it's still going to be there.
I don't know.
You're not escaping that stigma.
Yeah, Max has got the problem here. It's his friends who are in denial.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I do think that a lot of people take it really far. But me, myself, too. And I think it's kind of weird for someone on the outside to watch someone, love something so much.
Mm-hmm.
And... especially if it's a pony cartoon. What is this? I don't understand.
One of the things I notice happens a lot that I think kind of confuses people the most is that there actually is that join the herd mentality of just like, dude, you have to watch this show. Holy crap, I love it. This is insane. Tell you what, I've got the shows on my iPod. Let's watch them real quick. And they're like, what is wrong with you? Like, are you on meth? Do you have some sort of other problem on top? Like, dude, this show for 8-year-olds is crazy. I love it. Oh man, Fluttershy.
Oh, but what is your success conversion rate?
I actually converted somebody recently. I was so happy. That was funny. One of my online friends.
I managed to convert 4.
But I think that's part of it, is just that, and the fact that if you go on the internet and go on any image board, you're going to find pony macros. They are going to be there. And just the fact that just kind of showed up overnight, that, all of this has kind of happened in the span of, like 8 months thus far that it's become this crazy, powerful, driven community. I think, for the people that are watching the internet and that can check on it, they're like, whoa, what the hell just happened here? This is just a slight bit nuts. Yeah. But as for friends that are like that, you know what? Some haters, you'll have naysayers everywhere. And, if they don't like it, you know what? They don't have to like it. And if they don't like you hearing about it, you might want to, tone it down a little. As much, and we're only getting kind of part of the story here. It could be that you are saying it a lot and they're just like, whatever. But, there's also the option that if you pare it down a little bit, they might go, all right, well, let me just check out what this weird pony thing is. And, it could end up working. Anybody else got any suggestions for Max here?
Well, you could always try the indirect method. If the direct method isn't working, like for me, I managed to convert the guy by converting his girlfriend first, and she converted him over. So that was a pretty indirect method.
So wait, his friends haven't even seen the show?
I would have to guess so. Another way that you could do it, and I've noticed a lot of my non-pony friends doing this recently, is that recent Flutter cussing video. I've noticed so many people that are not into it who watched that and was just like, okay, that's pretty funny, That just bringing them in that way and being like, look at this weird content. Hey, let me show you some other stuff. And then, it just goes like, this is interesting. What's the show about? And then, and then the spiral into madness.
Yeah, I don't have any friends who's not a brony.
Wow, you've been successful.
Wow.
You either have very few friends or you have, yeah.
Yeah, all my friends I've just turned.
You are a very manipulative person, it sounds like.
How do you think Buffy's not around?
Tied up to a chair, just like, rarity, yeah. All right, well, very cool. Thank you, Max. I hope that helped out a little bit. Very cool. As said, thank you tons for all the great emails. You guys overload us every single week, and we try and get to as many of these as we can. If you want to send us an email, please send that across to bronyville@gmail.com, and brand new spanking Twitter account. Just follow Bronyville. So if you want to harass me that way, I will add you, and we can have a much pony conversation on the Twitter as well. So moving forward, everybody's running to their Twitter accounts right now. I'll give you guys a moment to get settled. Okay, now we'll start again. So news time. Now that you have all officially followed me. So we're starting up. So a little bit of a pushback from before. We had Brony Appreciation Day was a suggestion over on the Facebook page, and Hasbro approved it. So yesterday, which was the 15th, was Brony Appreciation Day Spectacular, where the bronies appreciate each other and stuff, which was very cool. Gonna pull up.
Brony Day should be every day.
Every day is technically Brony Day, but this was the day that everybody appreciated the fact that bronies were there. And there was events like all crazy day. Let's see. There was a special discount from Fibers, who I know also has extended a discount, and we have to kind of figure that out. There was a appreciation dinner from the Bronies NYC group, streaming events, people were giving away prizes, Terraria. There was 8-bit game comic, 3D model animation contests, just stuff all over the place, free stencil art, tiny wood ponies. I mean, just people started just pouring out stuff for Brony Appreciation Day. So that was pretty crazy.
Lots of stuff going on around the net. It's good to see that people can enjoy something silly like that and turn it into a real event.
Yeah, and even
I'm looking through the post right now. Well, there's tons of stuff.
Yeah, you could just get tons of it. And to jump in there, even Daniel Ingram himself gave us a little bit something special. He posted that same day. He was just like, hey, I had this little special thing lying around. So he had the entire intro to the show, the season 1 intro, all sung by Pinkie Pie. Just completely sung by that same VA. So you can go listen to that and, have her pretty much run the entire show at the beginning. So that was a very cool little fun thing dropped in by Daniel Ingram, the MLP producer's own audio god. So super cool on that. Anything else you guys saw from the Brony Appreciation Day, or?
I spent most of the day working on the game.
That was your appreciation.
Job training.
Yeah, I had the work too.
Yeah, no, I had. I can't believe there haven't been any Brony meetups where I am. Kind of sucks.
Yeah, none in the UK that I've heard of.
You know, that sounds like somebody needs to start up a meetup where he is.
It's like I wanted to go to the St. Louis Arch and take a picture for the Ponies Around the World, because that's a big landmark and stuff. Mm-hmm. But I don't want to go alone. So if anyone's in St. Louis,
somebody needs to start up a meetup group. That's you.
No way a meetup group is happening here. Too small, eh?
What we need to be done is have a Ponyville.
For the US or the States.
What we need to be done is a Ponyville, an actual replica built for a meetup.
Let's create a giant floating island only for pony fans, and we can start our own Ponyville, our own country floating out there in the Pacific. Sounds good. All right, get your rafts. Let's go.
Let's do this. Leroy. No.
This cannot be a bad idea. This cannot be a bad idea. There's nothing that could go wrong.
Do it.
We have to find a small island in the Pacific with very few natives, kick them out, make a beautiful community. Call it New Equestria.
I might know, I'm not even going to go into that joke. That kind of entered my head and then ran out.
This isn't joking.
That's for everybody's benefit.
Yeah, I'm not kidding. This is not a joke. It's going to happen.
Okay, all right. Beware small indigenous islands, or indigenous people on small islands in the Pacific.
There are tons of those around here. Where are they?
All right, scout us out one. So let's move on. Tell you what, have you checked out the second one there, Chef Sandy?
The
super cool Ashley Ball.
Yes, that is. So a few days ago, we had the Equestria Daily had a guy send in Bajodi. Had an encounter with Ashley Ball, the voice for Rainbow Dash and Applejack, and they actually had a video. They got a video of her doing sort of a shout out to the Bronies, and also he got his Applejack signed. Let's see, I think he also met up with Daniel Ingram at a Starbucks. Let's see,
Yep, he met up, spent a little time with him, and he said that he was totally cool, totally gracious, and that's pretty cool. Maybe if I go
gave him a copy of the music chart for Pinkie Pie's Laughter Song, and that's all really cool.
Yeah, I think I might have to take a vacation up to Vancouver. Cool. Maybe.
So they got a message from Ashley Ball, and they had interaction with Daniel Ingram. Like I said, it's one of the great things about this show that the creators are involved with the fan community, or at least will interact with them. So that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Some people were stating with Ashley that it's like, she seemed kind of distracted and everything, and I'd bring like she just got off doing a set on her show and wanted to go see her friends. So she is definitely a little distracted, and she's I'm sure absolutely great and everything, but one, she had stuff to do, and two, a VA's work is a lot of like, okay, I go into the studio, I say stuff for a week, and then they pay me, and then maybe next year they'll pay me again. So it's definitely not as involved as like Daniel Ingram and a bunch of other and Jason Thiessen, where they're just like, we are in it every single day. But still very cool to have her just, she breaks out into Rainbow Dash and Applejack. Applejack was cool, but when she busted out the Rainbow Dash, I'm like, how do you do that? That's crazy. It's like a totally different person pops out, like, oh.
So, on the subject of the voice acting for Ashley Ball, I would think it's much more difficult to actually have do two voices at once, especially in let's say an episode where it's like just Rainbow Dash and Applejack just going at each other. What was that? Fair Weather Friends?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I can only imagine how tough
Fair Weather Friends.
Well, no, you know how they do it. They have someone else speak the other character's voice, and then they go through the entire show again where she's...
Salty just came online.
Huh.
Yeah, so they probably have a stand-in. I mean, if she was going back and forth, that would be insane.
Yeah, that would require a bit more mental dexterity than even most skilled people would have.
Yeah,
but she does sing in a band, so it would be expected.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yeah, that was some very cool funness, given from just hearing that two of the contributing minds to My Little Ponies have been kind of doing their thing and adding to it. So to move a little forward, we also had another big event that happened last weekend. It was the MLPCon. That sounds kind of funny. MLPCon. Pecans. Nuts. Anyway, sorry for that little bit of a change up there. So we had the MLPCon. God, it's so weird. The My Little Pony Convention in Rhode Island, 2011, and they had some Q&A that happened. Looks like in total it's about 18, 20 minutes in length. And they brought up some interesting points, and they did announce some very interesting things. They will be making Brony toys or Brony production stuff, so we will be seeing more than just little unicorns and dresses. They will be producing stuff for us from the show, so very cool. And they officially announced that a Season 1 Blu-ray and DVD will be coming.
And I want that so bad.
Yep, that'll look good.
Nobody doesn't believe us.
I believe it when I see it.
Yeah,
and then I will buy it.
I
would buy it the second it comes out.
There's there's one deal maker and there's one deal breaker for me. The deal maker is if they have any sort of commentary. I would love it. I would love it, love it, love it, love it. That would be great. The deal breaker is if we get one of these. Buy this CD that has 3 episodes. No. Don't give me, let me pay $60 for a whole season. Don't give me any of these, and now I have 18 discs. Ugh.
Yeah, that model didn't work for anime and it won't work for most cartoons.
Yep. It's considering the fact they are calling it a Season 1 Blu-ray, I wouldn't imagine that they'd cut a whole bunch of Blu-rays and just be like, hey, there's 2 episodes on this Blu-ray.
Well, they did that in Japan, but not so much in the U.S. I mean, I certainly remember how expensive it was to purchase Trigun on 7 DVDs back in the day when they were $30 each, so...
Oh.
Blah. No fun there. So, but that's very cool. They did have some other interesting questions in there. Yeah, some of the questions that were asked were also very a little bit specific, and supposedly I haven't actually watched the videos, but it's a kind of a dry interview or a dry Q&A. So you can take from this what you want. The big 2 points are the fact that we will have Brony stuff and that there will be a DVD Blu-ray release upcoming, hopefully in the future. So. Hooray!
And
hooray, indeed.
Our pal Purple Tinker was there, so you probably hear her in the interview.
Yep,
you listen to the show.
Purple Tinker has agreed there should be a write-up at some point, and I would assume you could find that over on that big old website Equestria Daily once she posts that. So super cool, fun time. So to move on to something kind of strange and a little fun. Hey, Chef, have you seen this MLP live show?
I have.
I saw the comments and I was like, oh
man, it's okay. First off, you have to totally know going in that the MLB live show is not for us. Probably it's not for anybody who is above 5 years old, or anybody above 5 probably can't take this. But
yeah, I watched 5 minute on YouTube and it just bored me to death.
So just to explain to the fans,
AJ had no hat and she had 2 ponytails.
Dude, Dash's face was the most horrifying thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, their faces had been hit with a shovel.
Her jowls were hanging over her neck, and it was so weird.
So they have the same physique as snails, or not snails, snips.
But
No, it's so much worse. It's like a combination of Snips and Granny Smith.
To give everybody a little bit of a background, so this is a live event where, some people dress up and some audio is pumped out of a sound speaker, and they're dressed up in these weird kind of really dumpy looking kind of costumes, and it's meant for tiny little kids where you go to a mall and it's like, oh, they're having a pony event. And they watch enamored as Rainbow Dash weird costume bounces around while the parents go, I'm going to the Orange Julius. Just watch her for a bit,
I mean, they did play some of the songs from the show. Apparently they had Applejack sing Pinkie Pie's No Fear song, so it's kind of like what? But they only featured the three. It was just Twilight, Dash, and Applejack, so...
Well, Pinkie obviously couldn't be there because she was breaking reality somewhere else, and the fact that she couldn't just appear from all sides of the arena that wouldn't have worked. But
you have to understand that. I mean, anything like on stage or definitely on ice is going to be universally terrible and only for children. So
isn't that where the phrase "this sucks on ice" comes from?
Yes, it's the land before
literally
time on ice,
bad, and then you make an ice capade out of it. It makes it work.
Yeah,
Disney on ice, Barney on ice.
To give you a little bit of like crazy reference from my history, I actually when I was little, I actually won a contest to go see Sesame Street live. And I went and saw that probably when I was 6 years old and something. I don't remember one moment of it. All I remember is that because it was a contest, I got to be in this place and Big Bird showed up and then I blacked out for the rest of it. My parents said it was excruciating. They said that it was so painful to sit there and watch the show. That it was just absolutely just insane and that it was just creepy. So, it's not for us. I said, I still blacked out from it. I have no recollection, but.
I was going to say, at least with Sesame Street, they'd be on model because they're already puppets.
Mm-hmm.
See, that wouldn't be as weird, I don't think.
Yeah.
But when you take a cartoon...
Like ponies.
Yeah.
Especially done in Flash. Oh, my God.
You could see Sesame Street being done live. I mean, I could see it as like one of those kind of live televised things, but don't take a cartoon or a Disney movie. Don't put anything on ice. Really, what's the point of this? Hey, let's take this movie and let's turn it into a play and then have the actors wear ice skates. Yeah. And dance. Wait, what? Sorry. What drugs are you on?
The only thing
they do a musical called and then have it actually on ice.
Go Fluttershy! Woo! All right. So, hey, watch it now. We've got to search all them out. So very, very.
We do? Oh, I'm sorry.
Every time you do that, we got to put in the Fluttershy. Don't worry, it's okay. Everybody loves it. We put in the Fluttershy. Yay, they love it. Ah, boy.
Chain, behave.
Yep. Bad Chain. Okay, so that pretty much does it. There's still tons of news out there. As I said, we're almost an official sponsor of them, but, if you ever want to go and check out some more poniness, I would always suggest going over to Equestria Daily almost daily to go find out from all the great write-ups that they do over there. Seth and Serial and all the other guys are just incredible. So, big, big props to them. So we got to
go more than once a day, that's for sure.
Yeah,
they miss stuff.
Yeah, it's almost like, God, they got enough stuff to do another draw friend. Okay, all right, let's do this. So let's move on a little bit past all the news and let's go to books. Awesome books. So
fanfics.
Yep, fanfics, books, all that fun stuff. So I'm going to go in reverse order today, and just because mine is such a really good suggestion that I want to save it for last. So, Simbaro. Hey, we've mentioned this one.
Oh yeah, you guys were the one that made me want to check it out, and man, it's so good. Oh, I'm the only other fanfic I'd read before was Fallout Equestria, and before that, I think it was Moonbeam, another Luna fic. And Goodwill Tour was really well done. The characters were. I just like the portrayal of Luna as a, not just like some silly or like some childish kind of a character, but actually a character with like the weight of her age on her shoulders, and it shows in the way she speaks and in her dialogue. And I really like how like the different elements of harmony are affecting her and how they are using it in the story. So it's a really good fic. I want you to check it out.
Yeah, Luna's Goodwill Tour is just awesome. I love that one. And I said, it doesn't have the usual like, I'm Luna, I have no friends. Just it doesn't play off that way too hard. She's actually a really interesting character. So
it breaks out of the Luna stereotype quite a bit. So I really like that.
So moving on, Chain, you look like that you're going to be the hater here.
Haters gonna hate it.
You hate fanfic. Why are you such a hater?
Well, I read the Luna ones, like Luna versus, and I thought those were cute. Otherwise, no, I hate fanfics. Hate them.
Okay.
Well, there's that naysayer.
That is your opinion.
Yeah. No, don't blame me. I have bad experiences.
Oh, don't worry.
Sergeant Prickles, I'm going to find you. I'm going to find you, Sergeant
Chain,
Prickles, and I'm going to...
Not to put anything in cupcakes.
There it went. There's the cupcakes reference for the show.
He raged about that.
Yeah. So moving a little bit further up. So Britland, what do we got? Urimas.
My favourite one has to be that Fallout one.
The Fallout Equestria, which is also suggested by Crisp, one of our fans, who was like, "Oh, dude, Fallout Equestria, that's awesome! I love it, love it, love it." I think
it's the longest running one out there, isn't it? The most chapters one.
I think it's got to be the most chapters and all the side stories and stuff. Yeah. I mean, the fact people are starting to try and mod the game to actually include Fallout stuff. I saw recently somebody made a modification where it would change the GOAT exam at the beginning of Fallout 3 to actually include pony questions that would then decide what you turn into. So that was pretty nuts. So, all right, moving forward. Hey, Chef Sandy, what about yours?
I picked for this week Kindness Reward by Avery Strain. That is yet another one of those strange, long, but very well done ship picks, this time featuring Fluttershy and Trixie. It's very strange on its face, but it's a really enjoyable read. It makes sense. And it was probably the best one I read this week.
All right, cool.
I actually had plenty of time to read fanfic this week, but that's my pick. Mare Incognitum is pretty cool, too. So go check that out. Okay,
cool. And now for mine, for mine this week, I'm going to use the trap card. I didn't use any. I didn't read nothing. So I'm going to instead be a big fat cheater and give everybody some more fan suggestions that came in. This is what I get for running the board. I can do whatever I want. So here's your fan suggestions. T-Dude wanted to suggest Get Happy, which is a stable. Well, it's pretty much a house crossover with stable as house. So
as opposed to house.
Yeah, chuckle.
House as in the doctor.
Mm-hmm. House is in the doctor.
Oh, okay. Doctor House. Oh.
So if you are all into the house crazy medical stuff, go check out Get Happy. I've heard some good stuff about that one. Schnookums would like to bring up. Schnookums would like to recommend Tangled Up in the Blues as his suggestion for the week, and also wants to thank us for having Rain Brony on to talk about VO work. But he said he liked that, and it kind of explores one of the little side characters we've made up of blues, so that is cool. And finally, we have Sunshine Brony, who is obviously a sad fic lover, because he wants to suggest To Be an Alicorn and The End of a Star. And yes, both of these, even though I couldn't find The End of a Star, he says yes, and both of these are And They All Died stories. So the classic, the classic sad fic, and they all died.
I'll stick clear of those.
Well, To Be an Alicorn is actually the tale, is actually sort of like the epilogue to another of Avery Strange's story Spark. So it's like chapter 9 of that, where it's like, oh yeah, in the end, everyone else died except for one of them.
Spoilers.
Of old.
Spoilers, death by old. So
everyone. Well, it's kind of a trope that, like, in most stories, if any of the cast is dead, it's usually Dash, and it's always like she died really young because she was, so crash prone. She just ended up dying in the sidelines.
That does happen a lot.
Let me mute my mic real quick while I scream and destroy everything in my house.
He really takes his Dash seriously. I bet him and Rain Brony could, probably
it's
go.
It's always sad because it's like, okay, they're all older. Oh yeah, and look, Dash is dead because she crashed into a mountain. Again.
Yep. Weird, sad. I can enjoy a sad fic, but yeah, after a while, it's just like, and they all died. It's like, really, we can't just pull any other emotion. Not to say they're good. They're good. It's just it gets used a lot. It's like destroying cars in a Michael Bay film. It's just like, when is it going to? Oh, there it is. There, okay. No, it's kind of a standard. So, all right, let's move past and lighten things up. Those were all great suggestions, except for Chain Algorithms because he's a hater, and we can definitely go check those out. So, to move it forward, it's our other fun time that we have here, where I give Chef Sandy a meme, and he's forced to have to explain what the heck it is. So, Chef Sandy.
You were the master of putting me on the spot, but I am one step ahead of you this time.
Oh, no.
So, this actually comes from a show that I quite enjoy. He said, "Take all my money," which is not quite it. The "shut up and take my money" is the line. And most of you who have good taste and watch quality shows like Futurama would know. That's from the Season 6 episode Attack of the Killer app, where the iPhone, UIE, is released. And when the Fry goes to purchase it, the seller warns him about reception and battery issues, to which he interrupts and says, "Shut up and take my money." And it's commonly used when people are discussing potential product or fan-produced things, and usually adorable plushes. And it's an image that you will see all over the place. It's just Fry holding a wad of dollar bills. And,
I saw it when I saw Spike dressed up as Fry doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's also another one where it's SpongeBob reaching into his wallet. Or Fry holding SpongeBob reaching into his wallet, which has Fry jumping out of. It's very meta.
Yeah.
At this point, this meme is so overused. Then I'm not sure.
It's the internet. We use everything to death.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be a meme if it wasn't overused.
Yeah, so
exactly.
I do kind of occasionally like the Spike one where he's dressed up as Fry and he's just holding bills,
that's
with a little macro. But that one you'll see anytime there's a post where it's like, "Hey, check this out! I made this guitar and it's painted blue with the Rainbow Dash cutie mark." Someone will eventually say, "Shut up and take my money." Just as the de facto, "I want that. Give it to me now."
For every other game that's coming out. It doesn't matter what type of game it is.
I'm sure you guys got posts for that for your game of just "shut up and take my money." You're like, we're not accepting cash. Well, I don't know if you are accepting cash, but it's like,
no, we don't. We're not taking any donations or anything like that.
It's all a labor of love.
Yep.
For the community,
There you go.
For the community, for the community.
So, we have finally moved past MAME time, which means that we are now officially at the big point, at our topic for the day. So our topic, of course, since we do have the MLPOnline crew in here, we're going to talk about Momos and Vigigames. So,
Vigigames, I say.
Is Salty joining us?
Yeah, ask him if he wants to join in.
Oh, okay, we got another joining in.
Yep, because he's part of the group too.
Okay. Connections are being made right now.
He's replying now. Hold on.
And this was Salty. Is he finally here?
Yeah, he's saying, isn't it a bit late for that?
We could do that. So we did have Salty was supposed to be on, who's also part of the crew, but he
pretty important part of it.
Okay, here he comes.
All right.
All right.
So we're going to have to rush him. We're going to have a late introduction into the show.
Here he is.
Oh, the salt man.
You there? Fashionably late.
No, he got his time zones wrong.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Ah. All right.
Daylight savings time is now observed by Saskatchewan.
Ah, there you go.
He thought we were kidding with him when we said he was late.
Funny joke, guys. So yeah, hey, Salty. So we got the show running on right now. So you missed the first bit of it, but we got topic time coming up. But first, we have to now we have to roll back the clock and we have to have you answer your questions because this is very important. So Salty, I must know what's your favorite character and favorite episode.
It's Rarity.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the favorite episode is Applebuck season, because we all know that. Everyone loves Applejack because she's an underdog.
Always.
Underdog. How is she an underdog?
Because she consistently performs last in all of Equestria Daily's popularity polls, which means she must be onto something.
Oh, I thought that was Rarity. Never mind.
I think
Rarity
was
always
last.
gets first, damn it.
No, I'm pretty certain Rarity was last. I mean, dead last, even below Luna. I mean, come on, she's not even part of the name.
Which is weird.
Oh, these people on there, endless taunting.
Yeah. So well, we got to taunt you for being an hour late. That's kind of the play here. So let's pull up the other two. Favorite aspect of the show and the reaction from those around you.
Well, let's do the last one first. Reaction from people around me has been nothing.
Because he kills them all first.
Yeah, whatever he said.
You hold yourself up in a house and stay in there.
Come out of his igloo.
Nobody ever pays attention to anything I do anyway. Though I did try introduce my brother to the show, and he really liked it. But other than that, no one cares around here.
No,
because it's Saskatchewan. Like I checked. I know everybody except one of all the people in this province who actually like the show. I know all of them except one. This is not a big province.
So you have officially found everyone in the province and queried them about their favorite pony?
There are two major cities, and I live in one of them. My friend Toasty lives in the other one. There's not a whole lot of people here.
Wow. So
unless you want to go over to Moose Jaw and look for one, I don't know.
More cows up here than people.
So,
he's not kidding. That's actually true in some spots.
So let's
I believe it.
Let's move a little forward. So what's your favorite aspect?
Well, it's the pro-feminist appearance of the show. And it's not an appearance. It's an aspect of the show that seems to be wired right into it. There is no overarching patriarchal characters because Celestia's a girl. And it shows a bunch of independent women taking care of their own problems without having to get a man to help them. What more can you ask for?
What I like about that, too, is it's telling girls you don't have to be all girly and stuff.
Well,
you can if you want. You just got to sort
But you can also be a total badass, and it means absolutely nothing. I'm sick of girly girls.
So it looks like Salty. Sounds like Salty likes a girl who takes charge.
This is to be expected when one comes out on the side of feminism.
Yeah, so that's very cool. So what we're going to do, and you have your notes for the topic time. So we're going to move into that. We're about to talk about MMOs and video games. So we'll start that. We'll go in order of this. So Chain, you have a few little fun topics that you wanted to talk about, mainly because the difference of working and doing music for the game opposed to some of your normal stuff. So since you are the lyricist and music maker for the show, what's that been like?
Well, I'm not the only one. Someone else is helping me with that technique, and she's doing a good job for loops. But yeah, I originally started out with this. I made the Friends Forever mix, which is what you play.
That's how I found you.
And Urimas found me on Newgrounds when he was back when this game was a side scroller, and he asked if he could use that song for his little game. And I'm like, dude, no, I'll make you a soundtrack. And so I just started working on the soundtrack, and it took a lot of a lot of work, actually, because I had to go back to the show. I had to go into the official game that they had, and I had to break down and analyze the music that they used. And I had to ask them, okay, so what scenes do we have here? What do you need, and what kind of feeling do you want for it? A big thing with me is when I write music, I make it very dynamic, and I don't just do little loops, and I customize everything.
Yeah, I try to give Chain his freedom.
I'm sorry, what?
I try to give Chain his freedom to do what he wants.
Oh, yeah, but you give me too much freedom. No, but,
a little focus, please.
Yeah, no. Yeah, it's not all stuff that I'd like personally would love to do, but I think it's really great because it's forcing me to open up new genres. Yeah, and it's actually pretty difficult, but I've learned a lot of new techniques and things. Where was I? I was going to say something.
Well, I'll interrupt you real quick, and maybe it will come back to you. So let's say there's plenty of people who are definitely doing some music stuff, on the side as well, that are doing some composing. So, if somebody was just like, I've messed around, and I'm just going to use the worst example. I've been poking around in Fruity Loops and making some loops and examples and stuff like that. And there's a few games out there. So what can I kind of do to get involved, and what things have you kind of picked up over time?
Well, personally, I use a program that a lot of people don't like. It's called Reason. It's actually a simulation of hardware. So basically, when you have it up, the program, it's a bunch of mechanical things, and you have to wire them together. People say that there's like a limitation on it because there's no external instrument plugins or VSTs, but there are so many options and so much control with it that I haven't been able to not make a sound or not make a sample system. And so it's kind of weird, kind of different. But personally, with the way that I make stuff, which is all, I have everything on a piano roll. I design and build all of my melodies. I don't use sample or loop samples other than the occasional drum beat. So it's a lot more helpful for me. And they say, digital audio workstations, they really fit each person. There is no good one. It has to do with each individual and what they just grew up with or started learning with. And I guess this is the one that I like to use. But no, this is what I was going to say. When I started doing the music for this, I didn't want to just have a little side track, just filler music. I wanted to make something that's enjoyable to listen to, on its own and have it in the game. And so that's...
Oh, I loved your music for the Twilight's library interior.
I like the Twilight library theme as well.
Thanks. Yeah. But, if you want to get started in it, I think for me at least, the first thing that I would do is get a keyboard. Get a keyboard with a MIDI interface. Programmer-wise, I can't really say because everything works different. I mean, different stuff works differently for different people. If you like playing music and making melodies, I would suggest Reason. If you like patterns, DJing, and you don't really like the track system, then I'd suggest FL. I don't like FL Studio at all.
I know a lot of people who don't like FL. I know a few other DJs that are just like, oh, Fruity Loops is just so nasty.
It's a mess. I use it for mastering, audio mastering, and I'm constantly coming up, making sound quality sound good. And it's been a big problem for me, but doing this project has really given me new techniques to make my music sound better. And even though I haven't been doing like a lot of progressive house and electronica that I like to do, when I'm doing it, just kind of in between, I'm noticing that I'm getting a little bit better at it, and sound quality is going up. And I think that's a really great, factor that's coming out of me working on this.
Okay, very cool. I'll put you on the spot one last time for this. You have to give me one song suggestion, one bona fide song suggestion. What should we put on our iPod real quick?
Oh, from me?
Yeah, no, not necessarily from you. Just pimp out a song that you really like out there that's kind of caught you. That's in the community.
Oh, in the community that I like?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, there you go. I'm putting you there. You gotta.
I think that My favorite open community one. Well, okay, Sai did a remix of one of mine. It was just a little demo, and it's called She's Just a DJ Unicorn. And I just did a little demo piece, and he actually put it together, and it sounds really awesome. But I don't think it's gotten a lot of, as much attention as it should.
Well,
I mean, really, the songs sound good.
Well, if you want to give it a little attention, why don't you go ahead and link it in the show notes there, and everybody can go track it down. Just add it to your little topic time area, and everybody can give a listen to it.
All right, will do.
Okay, well, good. Well, we have... oh, go ahead.
Oh, I said I think there's also a link to the site of my site if you want to download some of the music, because I have all of the tracks that I've done are available for download.
That is
on my website.
That is true, and you also have a button where you pretty much admit that Rainbow Dash is your waifu. So
yeah,
I noticed that.
Yeah, that's there too.
Yeah,
I had to put that there. My webmaster's going to hate me because it's going to crash the whole site.
I'm sure it will. So let's move on. I gave Chain his little task that he needs to do. So Urimas, what do you do?
Well, I'm obviously the head, and I'm the lead spriter of the game. Apparently, I'm the only spriter at the moment.
Katie isn't doing anything?
She hasn't sent me anything yet. She's going to help you design,
she tells me that she's about done with the spa bronies. Okay, we can discuss it some other time.
So, Irma, you're spreaders. You're the guy that makes all the backgrounds and all the sprites for the...
Well, I don't make the backgrounds. That's Simbaro's job.
Okay.
I'm the one doing the characters, items, all that.
The sprite sheets for the animation, basically.
So he's our animator and general, foreground and everything else artist. So he's managing the other pieces to it, whereas Simbaro is doing all the crazy landscapes.
Yeah.
So anything that you've pulled in since your time working on the project, or anything that you've figured out, working on this? I'm interested to know how you actually conceived for this project and how
how I started this.
How you started. I never got the chance to.
When I first started doing this, just making a side-scrolling single-player RPG with Flash, and was that enough? Just thought it'd be fun as a multiplayer aspect. So I got a VB engine, which Salty hates the hell out of, and started making a social MMO out of it. Then I met Salty on Honeychan, and he was asking for work as a coder. I pulled him in, and we started making our own engine. Then I asked around on DA, people just start swarming in, and Simbaro started doing his thing, getting artists. And so just start building from that.
All right, cool. Very, very fun. Anything else you wanted to, any other little fun nuggets or any fun other little things that's happened since you've started working on this that you can
How about the progress
contribute?
of what is it, how do you make the sprite sheets? What is your process? Do you,
I just, really old-fashioned. I use MS Paint.
Oh, MS Paint?
Yeah, I just use that. I use GIMP now and then to rotate things and add details, but I mostly use MS Paint to do my sprite work.
Real artists.
I'm a programmer.
It takes me about a day or two to make one character.
Which is super fast.
I work with Plexi all day.
Yeah, because what I've seen on your DA is you've got a lot of sprite sheets out and available.
Well, not available. They've been blurred for protection because I've been asked by about 100 people, can they use my sheets in it?
The answer is no.
No, for now. Until the game's fully out, then I might release them for public use.
Original character, do not use.
Donut Steel.
Yeah, Donut Steel. OC. So, cool on that. Tell you what, let's move on. So we have our latecomer, Salty Justice, who appears to be the coder. He's moving his microphone, just ready to destroy the mic from
I'm actually coding right now.
Igloo. What was that?
I'm actually coding right now while you guys are busy yakking.
Oh God! All right, so now that we're going to take your attention away, tell me a little bit about how it's been, just how you jumped into the project and how it's been, on the back end side of writing the code for this, craziness.
And how crazy it is for you to teach every single one.
It's not that crazy. No, let's try to not know how pointers worked. Man, that was something. You guys don't know what pointers are because you're not coders. But he worked in Java. Java doesn't have pointers, and this is all done in C++, and it relies very heavily on pointers. So we had to teach him a little bit about that. And that wasn't all that fun. And this engine is friggin' huge, so every time we bring in a new coder, it's something else just to get them to figure out where they're supposed to put code. Unbelievable. But if you want to know how I got into this, it's actually not a very funny story, and it's not interesting at all.
Okay.
So I'm going to tell it.
Do it.
There was some talk about, about halfway through the season when people started saying, oh, yeah, we need pony games because we're morons, apparently. MMOs, people, really? So I went over to PonyChan and I said, I need something to do. I'm very desperate. Because I was bored out of my skull at this point. I had no projects going on. I was in school and I would be just sitting there writing things down about other projects that I would just love to do. My associate Toasty and I had been developing a game for the Android, and the Android there's only one engine that I know of called And Engine. It's okay. I don't want to say anything really mean about it, but it runs entirely in OpenGL because Android does, and OpenGL is not designed for game programming. So it's got some problems, and then it's all in Java too. That's got some problems too. So I'm sitting there going out of my skull with how much I hate coding for this thing, and then all of a sudden some jerk on PonyChan comes up and says, I'm making a game. So I'm like, okay, let's do that.
And of all the games you chose that. So.
That's kind of how that happened.
Yeah.
And
that wasn't very interesting, was it?
He got frustrated with the engine I was using as well.
Oh, guys, Visual Basic stopped being updated like 5 years ago, and it was outdated 10 years ago.
So you're saying that
Visual Basic.
You're saying that we can't, put it together a program in Visual Basic to track the killer's IP?
Oh, you can go ahead. If you're just so desperate, but seriously, C++, it's not that hard.
The majority of your programming is C++?
Well, yeah. I know Java because Java is basically the same thing, but less useful. Other than that, I just do C++.
There you go.
I got confused with C and C++. I think they're two different things.
Well, they're very similar. They use the exact same syntax, and so the compilers usually support each other.
I like Salty. He seems snarky.
What do you mean seems?
It's eccentric.
He is snarky. Nah.
So, very interesting on the code side. So, of course, we have Simbaro, who, as we mentioned earlier, has helped us with the actual banner for our site as well. That pretty little.
It's full of art.
Yeah, that pretty little background that we have project there. So, what would you like to talk about just working on this project and how you got into it as well?
Okay. Now this whole I think there was sort of like a brief mock-up of the MMO on Equestria Daily back. Yeah,
my first ever YouTube video.
Yeah, it was like back in March or February or something, and it looked really kind of like a old-fashioned style, kind of like a RuneScape, kind of like I don't know, done in MS Paint or something. And I was thinking, I just entered the fandom and I wanted something to do, and I was like, all right, okay, maybe I'll just contact this guy, and we'll see if I can get into it. So at first I had started out working for Urimas on doing some random background pieces that could be put into the game or the website, and in the end it somehow evolved into me trying my hand on creating sort of like an isometric top-down, sort of like a 3.5, not 3D, isometric view of maps. And maps of Bronyville, I don't make, the way I do it for Bronyville is that it is too huge for me to actually make everything at one go. So I do snapshot of let's say the immediate area around Sugar Cube Corner or the immediate area around Twilight's Library. And then I do these snapshots and then I'll stitch them all together. And I'll stitch them all into a huge piece. And that would be how the overall piece would look like. I'm not actually sure how Salty is going to do that. Put that into the edit. The Sugar Cube engine. I'm not sure what it's called.
Sugar, you got it right.
Sugar Cube engine. All right. So there's that. He has some things planned for it. I'm not really privy on it. But so the idea was that the lineup would come first, and then the coloring would come in. And after the coloring was done, there would be more of like a finished product. And I'll stitch everything together, and I'll add in like random houses. Like recently there was this. I had to like redo most of the placing because some crazy dude on DeviantArt posted like this really professional kind of like a look and strategy. Yeah. On how Bronyville looks like how the placement of the buildings were. And I looked through his stuff, and it was like oh god, I got like 50-60% of the.
Yeah, and you found that new type of windmill you have to do.
Oh man, I had to redo the windmill. I didn't see it was like 1 second in the Ghostbusters, and I didn't see it. So I had to redo that, and I had to redo the placing and stuff. Yeah. So right, my job, you could say, at this point, I place networking and promotion on a pedestal higher than my art duties right now. They are of equal, you would say, but networking and promotion are pretty important. Because I'm not just an artist, I have to manage and talk to people. This as a volunteer kind of work. People doing art and colors are subject to certain in real life conditions. I believe Mad Max was working for us for a while. And she had her whole, I'm not sure what happened, and she had to leave. And most recently, some of my guys from the art team have been dropping out. My head painter, Crappy Unicorn, she has some internship thing, and she can't do it anymore. So you just keep being plagued by this kind of a volunteer well, it is a volunteer project.
Yeah,
so
they offer to help, but they just bug out later.
It's a volunteer project, so I have to network constantly. But the good thing about the fandom is that new people are always coming into the fandom. See, so and Equestria Daily is a really good place. The draw friends, especially, they're like really good resource for me to actually look through and see. Hey, like this artist is new, and his stuff is pretty good.
Yeah, the draw friends stuff's like window shopping to Simbaro.
Oh yeah, and so I will contact them on DeviantArt if they have a DeviantArt, and then I ask them if they want to. And most of the time, I would say my success rate at getting a person maybe about 30%. Maybe I contact 6 people, maybe 2 persons are interested about there. And so it's a struggle to keep at the like a baseline, like above, like a capacity where work can happen, like schedules and what the pipeline can go on. So right now I've found like a new artist or two, and the workflow has been reviving, so all is pretty good. Now for the stuff like I'm also in charge of more like stuff. I'm not really in charge. I just do it like promotions on Equestria Daily. Like you see those posts, concept art posts on Equestria Daily. Those were sent to Seth by me. I sort of like compile like any updates we have. Like if it's big enough, maybe like 5 or 6 pictures, more if possible, and then I'll just send them over to Seth, and he will like make a post. And again, like Equestria Daily is like a really it's like a game developer. It's like a dream come true, kind of like a platform, a free platform that is at the heart of a community. And it is really hard to find like platforms like this in the professional kind of like thing. I'm not sure about that, but yeah, right. But I would think it is so. But because like I actually work in a game studio like part time, and while I say that I'm an animation student, so I work part time in a game studio, and they always go out of their way to like promote stuff. Even though we're just like an indie developer developing games for like the PSN or like for web-based games, my boss and like my art director always go out of their way to like bring members overseas to promote like game developers conference in Los Angeles this year, for example. So I don't know, the idea of promotion is pretty important, and it's always good to have the public spotlight trained on your game or your product.
Okay.
So,
well, let me jump in here.
Yeah.
I've got a quick little question. So we've got, all you guys are all around the world. We've got Singapore, we've got UK, we've got Canada. You guys are definitely all over the place. So how do you guys collaborate and get stuff done? Because it seems like, one of you will probably be asleep while the other one's working a lot of the time.
It's easier than you think, actually.
Night to me is day.
I'm up all night. Urimas,
I'm up whenever I want to be up.
he's a robot. And Chain Algorithm lives entirely on caffeine.
That works. So let's just get it. Let's step back a little bit, and so let's. I'm just going to go at this generically as an MMO standpoint, and you guys can tell me what I can expect out of the game. So I'm going to use I'm just going to use the template of World of Warcraft. So you're telling me that I'm going to grind 15, 16 levels,
no.
and then I'm going to have to start getting loot, then getting raids, and I'm jumping in a raid, and then I've got to take down an epic nightmare moon. But what can I expect if I log in and start an account? What can I expect out of this game?
More like a social MMO where you can actually do activities. Combat might be a part of it, but it's not going to be the main point of it.
So we're talking more like Club Penguin or Fehavo.
Yeah, something like that, where you just walk around, chat, do activities.
But on the other
unlock
hand,
marks where you can use jobs you can actually earn money to buy stuff with.
now aren't we also doing a single player though?
Yeah,
Justice heading.
Using the same engine, the same sprites, and a lot of the same animation. We're going to have
You have to also make custom animations in that for the single player, actually, but
yes.
As I said, the graphics can be ported back and forth between the two projects.
Exactly.
Well,
so it's
the same
really
as
sort of
I'm
the same
coding.
project.
Same with activities. With the single player can also be merged with the MMO.
So,
Yes.
so we're looking at something where it's probably going to be like, okay, I've logged in today. Oh, hey, look, next 2 weeks there's going to be a gala coming up, so I can go and do some work to get, maybe get the money to get, some sort of outfit for it,
Yeah.
and, just have these kind of immersive, context-based RP stuff.
Yeah, it's like there could be like a certain world kind of like activities maybe, or certain like activities like seeded into the game by the game masters. Maybe like Applejack has a problem with a farm or something, and then you have to help, and it may impact the game world permanently, things like that.
Sweet Apple Acres burns down. Is that what you're saying? No.
Give an example. Maybe giving like a small example was I think I proposed to Urimas was that it could be like maybe a small incident like Applejack and Carrot Top like have an argument over who should set up a new store in the town hall or like near the town hall, and maybe like players could actually do activities to actually affect that outcome. See, so like in the end it could be like a new Apple store or like a new carrot store right there. Something small, something like that. Things like these.
Okay.
We also might have staff take control of the actual background characters and give players real-time tasks.
Okay. And just as one last thing, so how big are we looking at this right now? Are we just talking Ponyville proper? Are we looking at Everfree or Philadelphia?
Yeah,
like how big are we going?
Well, Simbaro is not happy about drawing everything up. But
we're doing about Bronyville is one, and the game we have more or less set a limit or like a boundary on like how much we want to go. So
we want the three main cities.
Yeah, the Bronyville,
Cloudsdale, Pennyville.
And so basically each new city is like a new version of the game or something. Or
an expansion.
So I thought you said, I'm not sure how that will work.
Every of them would be like the combat areas.
Yeah. Otherwise, you'll just start getting requests and have to put in like, oh boy, this is going to be the Appaloosa expansion, and you're now making like 1 billion little cities everywhere. Once season 2 comes around, you've just got tons of places where it's just
small
like
areas. That's done with the 3D part engine. 3D area engine. Probably use that for the small towns and that.
Like new release, Cloudsdale. Only Pegasuses can go there, so only like a third of the actual people in the game can actually go there.
You get the cloud walking spell.
Ah, there you go. So that's cool. I think we probably covered a whole bunch on it. Where can we find out more about the game?
Well, we've set up a new website. It's been up for quite a while now. MLPOnline.net. We've still got to get Simbaro and Katie in that to make backgrounds for it.
And of course, we have our DeviantArt site, MLPFIM Online on DeviantArt. And it's basically like all the updates for the art and sprites and the interior designs. They go there, and I think it's actually more busy than the actual site itself.
Yeah, it's more busy than the forums.
But yeah, I'm currently working with another artist on the look of the main website, and we'll see when we'll be doing it with Salty Justice to see like how the website is going to look in the future.
Okay.
And if you people actually care about updates about the actual game, I do run a developer's blog on MLPOnline.net. I update almost every day.
And
it's all about the coding stuff, so no one ever pays attention to it.
Salty Journal.
And again, you can get all my music on chainalgorithm.com. Thanks, Scott, for making that awesome site for me.
I think Salty is not only salty, sounds a little bitter too, you know.
Yeah, Question Gaming took the piss out of him by calling it Salty Coda.
Oh, if I find you, Strawberry, that's Strawberry.
Hey, no more trying to kill each other on my show now. So let's see.
He also he used to idle in my IRC room, but he hasn't been back lately. Come on, man, we miss you.
So, Chef, just any questions you have to follow up on this, or should we move to cool things?
We should probably move on to the cool things.
All right.
Yeah,
we're already about almost an hour, 30 minutes on this, so let's go ahead and do cool things. So our one cool thing for the week tasks everybody with giving us a neat little link or some interesting information that we can drop your way. I am going to start, as usual, with my suggestion. So I've been a little bit hidden in this community for a while, and it's canterlot.com. Anybody who has listened to the show knows I do enjoy some RP from time to time. And this is a neat little forum/IRC community, which is very RP based. It is a managed community, so if you are somebody who has done RP or likes to do it for a while, has done it for a while, is looking for a place where it's a higher quality, I would highly suggest checking out canterlot.com. I have a hidden character there, and I will give you a smile if you can figure out who I am there. So I like the community, very welcoming people, very cool people. And very high quality stuff. So you could definitely check out canterlot.com. Chef Sandy.
Go do.
All right. Well, as I am a big fan of the music, and I can certainly say that now that my iTunes playlist for pony songs has reached 14 and a half hours, that I like the music this community produces. Your Beat Brony has a 2,000 listener video up on YouTube, which is pretty cool. It's more of his Your Beat style stuff based off Tuhu project, and it's pretty cool.
Oh, sorry to interrupt, but on the subject of Your Beat, we've actually got him making club music for this game as well.
Very cool.
There we go. More Eurobeat fun in the game. So
he's making club music for Vinyl, isn't it? Like Vinyl Scratches Club.
Oh, cool.
Yep.
Toy pianos. Sorry.
You're just jealous.
Yep.
No, I'm not jealous.
All right, Urimas, you interrupted us, so you got to be next. So what's your cool thing?
What else? The ponies.
Oh, that's not an answer. That's just something.
Yeah.
We're kind of used to that when it comes to your
okay.
He doesn't answer
the only thing I have
either.
The only thing I've probably found out was just weaponry.
Okay then.
All right, moving. All right, Chain, what do you got?
Last minute change to mine. I'd like to say mylittlерemix.com. I think it was shown on Equestria Daily, but I don't know how many people have got to it. All of us music bronies have actually put a forum site together and an IRC where we talk about everything from our new, because we do these competitions constantly where we remix each other's stuff. And so here you can, find all of the different people who make music, and remixes, our showcases, our regular music, our techniques, everything. So you can check out this forum, you can join it, and we have an IRC, and it's also linking up to Celestia Radio, and it's a pretty cool place. So you can check that one out.
I will say that the Remix War stuff has been fantastic additions for the most part to my library.
Yeah, it seems like that has been very cool. I've enjoyed some of that stuff leaking out as well. Okay, Simbaro, what is yours? Yours is less of a link and a little bit more information. So what do you got?
All right, mine is gonna be an odd thing for all you guys out there who like comics. Mad Max is back. Yep. So she updated like a few new images just recently. I think like a few hours back, and everyone's really happy about that, and I'm really happy about that because that would mean maybe she's going to come back to the team. So and always use more painters. So any painters out there right now who think blue in Photoshop,
and spoilers as well. I need spoilers.
He needs
shameless advertising. This is.
Yep,
Salty doesn't need anything. He can just do everything.
He wouldn't want
faith in me is appreciated.
Yeah, he wouldn't want anybody touching the code anyway.
And he works more by being like himself.
So Salty, what's your suggestion for the day?
Well, anybody who's actually interested in getting into game programming, even if you don't want to help me out, please help me out. I'm really desperate here. Go to allegro.cc. It's the library we use. I've been coding it with Allegro for about 10 years now. They just completely overhauled the library in Allegro 5. It's now much better than it used to be. And it's a great place to start out for anybody who wants to begin game programming in C, not Java.
In C.
Very cool.
All right.
Please, seriously, if anybody wants to know how to code, seriously, I need someone to write a random level generator and to do the tools for me. Anybody, I'm desperate here.
If necessary, he will eat Applejack's hat. There you go. He will eat his hat. So, very cool on that.
A lot of listeners.
What was that?
Anyone who wants to send Salty or Toasty or Urimas or me, Chain, a message, just go to the MLPOnline or DeviantArt. Maybe you can send notes to me or Urimas, and I'll just pass it on.
And it sounds like you're always looking for some more people to go and help you out. So if anybody wants to, they can always leave you a note there and find out how to help.
Yep.
All right. Cool. Very cool thing, and we are done. That wraps up episode 13. More than an hour and a half in. We took care of it, but we did video games. So, very cool. Awesome to have you get the guys from MLPOnline, all of you, Urimas, Chain, Simbaro,
great to be on.
Even Salty, who decided that he only wanted to be here for a short while,
he was late.
I can't stand these people.
So
you don't have to put up with them on MSN every day.
That's true. So, very cool.
Hey, at least we're not talking.
Yep. Very cool to have you guys on. So thank you very, very much for filling up another episode and telling all our guys about your stuff and a little bit of MMO fun.
Oh, yeah.
It was a pleasure to be on.
So very cool. Want to also thank Chef Sandy. Hey, man, thanks for always being here and helping me out. You're a bro.
Yay, I'm appreciated.
And also very much thank you, our fans. You guys are awesome. Send your emails across to bronyville@gmail.com. Follow us on Twitter at Bronyville, or the @Bronyville. If you want to check out the show, check out some of the postings done by our great friend M. You can go and check out the website that we have at bronyshow.com. Just watch the show there. Please leave reviews on iTunes and say good stuff about us everywhere, because that gets us more publicity, and we love doing this for you. And that'll do us. That is episode 13. We're done for this week. We'll be back next week. More podcasts, more fun. Sleep well, bronies.
final.
Prove it.